She started her career with the predictable roles, the gullible heroine who was bound by the hero's charm. But then she did the unpredictable with Nadigayar Tilagam, where she proved that she can carry an entire film on her shoulders. We have with us Keerthy Suresh, an actor who has proven time and again that she has several tricks up her sleeve. Thank you for joining us today. So I want to ask you about your role in Sandakori 2. What exactly is this role? Because you have to live up to Meera Jasmine.
That's a tough question. We all know how Meera Jasmine ma'am was in Sandakori, and so this is something similar to that, but there are a few differences. Her character was someone who's innocent, but she seems to be innocent, but who's not, you know. But this character on the other side is completely like a rowdy kind of character. So this one was it was difficult for us to take up this character because I had my apprehensions if I will be able to do this or not. But Lingusamy sir, when he narrated the way he narrated with all that energy and charm and that village slang, I thought I definitely have to do this. It's such a beautiful character, but I still have my own doubts and tensions, but I'm sure it's going to work out. So if this character has to be equal to hers or a little more than what it was, you know how he would have characterized it, right?
Well, we're looking at Keerthy Suresh now. She's a calm person, really composed. But the person we saw in the trailer is anything but that.
So this is what I am, and that's totally different what you see on the trailer. That is Sembarati, the character, and I'm very happy I did it today. And it's totally different from whatever characters I've done before, and I really don't know if there is something more than this I could do in a village character. Probably it's all there in this, so I'm happy I did this.
Alright, you've done a biopic such as Nadigayar Tilagam, where you played Savitri. And then you've also done mainstream cinema like Seema Raja and Sami 2 after that. So what are the differences that you observed while playing these roles?
Playing the biopic role or these?
Both, because you played a biopic and then you did a Sami 2.
Biopic, I mean, see, that's totally different. It's something different from that of a woman-centric film also, because it's where you are trying to be somebody else. You're portraying a different character, a different personality, and the two not a living personality. So I had to go through a lot of things. I had a lot of homeworks. I had to analyze mannerisms on screen, off screen. I had to talk to her daughter. We had to discuss a lot. Went through a lot of her clippings, emotional, humorous, a lot of things. So this is like, it had a lot of homeworks and so many things behind that. I think we worked on it for about a year or more, year and 3 months. And this is just the shoot and the post. They must have put more time for the pre-production works. So this is something totally different. I really don't know if I'll be able to do such a character in the future also, because I started off with Nadigayar Tilagam. I just didn't know that this is what it is going to be, and so I just did it like every other project, but I knew this was going to be different, but I didn't know it was going to be this different. On the other hand, these are commercial cinema, and commercial cinema, every movie doesn't have to be like you have to get an important role. You have to have that space. It's also being a part of a good team, a good big team, isn't it? So that's how I consider a lot of the movies. And now that after Nadigayar Tilagam, I feel more responsible. Even if I'm doing commercial cinema, I try and make sure that I have some space in it. There's more importance. Like this movie is one good example. Sandakori is a nice pakka commercial entertainer, and there is so much space for the heroine in this, and there is so much character to it which is not what you will get in all commercial movies. And so this one I'm particularly very very happy about, that I've done it today. And other cinemas, that being a part of it, being a part of a big cinema. Yeah.
So now my question to you is, there's something that we can't ignore. That is the Me Too movement that's happening on social media.
I don't want to talk about that.
You talk about how you've realized your responsibilities following Nadigai Tilagam, but there was flack before that for Remo. They spoke about stalking in that film, and then there were objections raised to how the heroine was treated in Sami 2 as well by the hero. He slaps her in one scene. So what do you have to say about this?
No, stalking and things, I've already talked about this earlier. I don't see. At the end of the day, it's a character you're playing, and who doesn't do this nowadays? It's not that it's not something which doesn't happen, and I really didn't find something very wrong about it, because it was a character. That's all what I thought. Nothing too detailed into that. And Sami, yeah, again, because it was after Mahanati's release, and when I heard it also, it was, I never thought about it. I was just, I was just playing a character, and I never thought about it. Now today, after hearing all this, okay, so that's what I'm saying. It's become like a responsibility. So now I'll make sure that, I have to start thinking from audience point of view also, if they will accept this or not. Be it even the smaller things. Yeah.
And finally, about Sandakodi, there are two strong female characters in this movie, you and Varalakshmi. So what do you have to say? Do you guys share a scene in the movie?
Not really. We haven't got the opportunity to, act together. Hopefully, we'll have that in the future, in spite of doing 2 movies together. So, hopefully.
So, your next project, could you tell us about that?
I haven't signed anything. Yet to sign.
All right. Well, that was Keerthy Suresh talking to the News Minute, and she talks about how she has realized that responsibility is important while picking a role, because people do look up to the heroes and heroines that they see on screen. So this is Priyanka Tirumurthy for the News Minute from Chennai.